What happened to Miss Angel Reese? She's all in Indiana during All-Star and her Reebok campaign.
LAX this week, and the big three honcho said that there will be no deal.
It was more fans running. They was running down on Caitlin Clark like she was Michael Jordan.
She's just not that player. That's what some fans and even analysts are saying after Angel Reese's 22-point, 13-rebound performance led to absolutely nothing. With the Chicago Sky crushed 103-86 by the Washington Mystics, the glaring question is, can Reese actually deliver wins, or is she just chasing stats? And wait until you hear about the humiliating moment that left announcers laughing live on TV. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
Caitlin Clark took over Chicago. She signed autographs for hours. This wasn't no extras.
Three's $5 million offer to Caitlin Clark never coming to fruition. Could a lucrative Angel Reese proposal?
What happens when a self-proclaimed star gets shown up on live TV? For Angel Reese, that reality came crashing down when Shakira Austin didn't just dominate her in the paint, but added salt to the wound with a savage, too small taunt that had everyone talking. Picture this. Late in the third quarter, Austin backed Reese down with ease, muscling through her for an and-one layup while Reese scrambled to contest. The whistle blew, the basket counted, and Austin immediately hit her with that too small gesture, sending the crowd into a frenzy. Even the announcers couldn't contain themselves, calling it an absolute statement play. Fans on social media? Even harsher. "Reese got humbled tonight," tweeted one fan, while others turned the iconic taunt into memes within minutes. But that wasn't just one bad possession, it was a pattern all game long.
He explained he's got no issues with the Chicago Sky forward. It's just the dollars and cents.
Yo, yeah, she's not worth 5M. Sorry, Caitlin Clark is. Is everybody about to get mad?
The Mystics absolutely feasted in the paint, dropping 52 points near the rim, and a big chunk of it happened right in front of Reese. Washington's rookie duo, Sonia Citron and Kiki Iriafen, looked unstoppable, combining for buckets in transition and easy finishes against wide-open lanes. Citron sliced through the defense like a guard, while Iriafen sealed off defenders for layups like she'd been in the league for years. And Reese? She couldn't stop any of it.
Bombing on Angel Reese, talking about, man, she's not worth the money that Caitlin Clark was worth. Caitlin Clark unlocked millions for the WNBA.
Assured him Clark, coming to his organization, would rake in cash hand over fist.
Let's talk specifics. Missed rotations? There were at least 5 moments where Reese was out of position, leaving Sky's rim completely exposed. Blown assignments? Reese switched onto Austin multiple times only to watch her score at will, including a brutal fadeaway jumper that gave Austin her 3rd straight bucket in that stretch. Statistically, Reese's defensive rating this season sits at 102, which places her well below elite defenders like Aaliyah Boston, whose 94 puts her among the best at her position. In comparison, Reese's effort looked half-hearted at times, and it's no wonder Candace Parker recently commented that Reese needs more focus defensively to elevate her game. So here's the question. Do her numbers, 22 points and 13 rebounds, actually matter when her team loses by 17?
You see the headline from TMZ. Sorry, Angel Reese, the $5 million offer was only for Caitlin Clark.
Over your trap. What happened to that? Because it looked like Caitlin Clark went to Chicago and took the city over.
Shakira Austin's taunt didn't just highlight one play, it felt like a symbol for how messy Chicago's defense has been. And for Reese, she was right in the middle of all of it. And this brings us to the bigger picture. Is all the hype around her more style than substance? Let's break that down further. Is 22 points and 13 rebounds impressive when the final scoreboard shows your team down by 17? Sure, Angel Reese's numbers from the Mystics game look great on paper, but let's be honest, it's hard to call them impactful. Those stats didn't shift the momentum, didn't stop the Mystics' dominance in the paint, and sure didn't help the Sky avoid a brutal loss. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out here showing what it means to put up numbers that matter. When Clark scores or grabs a rebound, it's not just about padding her stat sheet, it's about elevating her teammates and swinging the game in her team's favor. Reese's game was filled with uninspired moments where she couldn't close key plays. There was that awkward missed layup early in the first quarter when she had an easy look at the basket. Then, in the fourth, she got caught reaching during a defensive scramble, giving Mystics rookie Sonia Citron a wide-open baseline cut for two.
In 8 regular season games and potentially 2 playoff games to earn the absorbent amount of cash. Thinking about that.
God. Caitlin Clark getting treated like Derrick Rose, Michael Jordan, Chief Keef, Lil Durk, all of them.
Moments like this pile up, and instead of leading her team, Reese showed cracks in her ability to take charge. You compare that to Caitlin Clark, and it's night and day. Clark doesn't just perform, she delivers in the clutch. In a recent game against the Phoenix Mercury, Clark closed the final 2 minutes with a barrage of perfect assists and deep threes, erasing a 10-point deficit almost single-handedly. Candace Parker recently described Reese as more of a C-tier player right now, pointing out her inconsistency and lack of leadership on court. For someone who prides herself on being a star, this critique has to sting. Contrast that with Clark, who analysts have praised for her uncanny ability to command a game while making every one of her teammates better. She's not just a bucket getter, she's a floor general. So you have to wonder, are Reese's double-doubles simply empty stats that mask deeper issues with her game?
She's not the draw, folks. I don't know how else to say it. Quote, I don't know if we can make that same offer.
Extras that was paid to come stand in the scene. No, these were real people trying to get autographs.
He offered Clark's way when she was an Iowa Hawkeye. She would have only needed to have played in 8 regular season.
Fans and analysts are starting to see what might be hype over substance. Because here's the thing, players like Clark don't just collect numbers, they collect wins, and that's what sets them apart. Winning basketball isn't about padding your stats, it's about making your team better. Sure, Angel Reese can put up flashy double-doubles, but what's the point if it doesn't translate to victories? Caitlin Clark is proving what real impact looks like. Her numbers mean something because they bring her team closer to success. Reese, she's stuck as the player everyone's questioning. So what do you think? Can Reese flip the narrative and grow into a team leader? Or is she locked into chasing stats and social media hype? One thing's clear, fans respect players who deliver substance over spectacle, not empty highlights.